Well, guys, we are live today. Thank you for joining me. It is Tuesday, February 4th. Okay, and I changed some things around. Don't know what happened to my colors. Went black instead of red, but that's okay. So, thank you for being here. And we're talking about today, as you saw on the thumbnail, it says from lupus fatigue to boosting energy. Okay, and would you believe you can boost your energy living with lupus? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So thanks for being here. Watch this video, pass it out to a friend. But first, before we get started, I'm Terrell Sally Holloman, and this is what I talk about: how we can definitely change our lives dealing with a condition called systemic lupus or discoid lupus or whatever kind of lupus you have. You can definitely change what's going on. So first, I want to pray us in, and I'm checking out my notes. So this week definitely has had many unusual changes in our government, whether it's in the spiritual or natural realms. We've had wildfires over the month. We had mudslides, frigid cold digits across the United States, about 7 inches of snow in northern Florida. We had airplanes crashing and members of the body of Christ just fighting each other. So 2025 has really been viewed by many as unbelievable, and that's okay. What we're going to ask God right now is we're going to ask the Lord to continue to cover us all, as many have suffered disasters, financial burdens, job losses, deaths, and natural destruction. God, you are sovereign, and we bless your holy name. You are greatly to be praised. We thank you for waking us up today. Oh gosh, we really do. We thank you for waking us up. For all we have and all we have not. We pray over the nations, the leaders, the churches, the ministries, the businesses, the people who are sick. Lord, restore, reset, and heal us from areas of life we fall short. We ask all of these in Jesus Christ's mighty name. And this morning, I had an opportunity to check out my friend, Coach Kelly. So she has a great prayer today, guys, called The End of Times, under Just Kelly on YouTube, and check out her prayer too. So let's get started about this, okay? Let's kind of talk about this. And I'm checking I'm just checking some things over here. So we're going to talk about, would you believe you can boost your energy with lupus? Now, I realize, first of all, dealing with a chronic condition of SLE, which stands for systemic lupus erythematosus or lupus, you're tired in all kinds of ways. And we know the definition of fatigue, or maybe you don't know what it really stands for. You kind of know, but I'm going to kind of remind you what it is. It's extreme tiredness resulting from a mental or physical exertion or illness. And when it's chronic, that means it's happening all the time. So this chronic fatigue can hit you fast and often. And there are times when I'm sure some of you ladies out there, you slept 8 hours and you still don't feel rested, right? Or have you ever felt like you fought like Rocky in his movie, but Clubber Lang just put you flat out on the mat? Like this is the final scene. I mean, as women, often we're working, we're moms, we're daughters, employees with 40 hours or more working, children, the spouses, taking care of the home and the apartment in terms of cleaning and cooking. You're in the ministry, you're handling aging parents. Yet we arise early, and many of us go to bed very, very late. Therefore, fatigue just seems natural, right? That's exactly what happened to me before I figured out. I didn't figure it out, but the doctor figured out that I had a condition called lupus. I was always tired. I couldn't figure out like what the heck was going on. So think about this. Think if a woman is daily affected with all the things I just mentioned, plus lupus, your body's about to crumble. Because listen, lupus affects mostly every area of your body when you think about it in some shape or form, from your brain to your feet. And I'm not kidding about this because I get it. I've been there with you. And, in the height of my not I'm going to say not my let me correct my words. In the height of the time that I was diagnosed with this condition, and it was very, very active. I remember there was times when I couldn't pick up even a 5 pound bag of rice or 10 pound bag of rice, or pick up with my pot holders, one of those big things of soup, because of the weight. I just felt very, very weak. And I was thinking about another story that I remember us going to a fair, and in addition to the condition, I was 100 pounds overweight. So I had two things going on. And it was very, very hot that day. It was like 95 degrees. And I had on this cute little short set with the fan. And I remember just walking around, just feeling exhausted, 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 exhausted. Like I couldn't get up the stairs to the stadium, at the tennis stadium, to watch my favorite girl at the time, Serena Williams, because my body was just lagging, 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 like this video is doing right now. So we got to talk to StreamYard on that one. But this is what I'm talking about. It's like you don't feel energetic. You feel like you're weak all the time. But listen, you're not weak. Okay, you're not weak. It's just part of the symptoms that are occurring, and you can boost your energy while dealing with lupus. And you're probably thinking, well, how do I do that with all the things you just talked about? The fact that your mom, the fact that you're cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids, rushing them to school, picking them up from school, handling your business, if you're working, you got the spouse, you got, it's just so many things we're dealing with. How do you accomplish the fact that I can get some energy when I'm always fatigued? I'm always tired. But you can do this. You can really do this. And it took me a while to figure this out. And right now, I'm only going to give you, hi, Coach Kim, I'm only going to give you 3 ways to do it. It's plenty more ways to do this. Okay. There's plenty more ways to do this. And you can get it going. But some things I thought about to share with you guys today, because I don't want to take a long time. I just try to give you some great nuggets and really get you started. Because in order to really take this journey deeper, we would need to work together. Because a lot of times, what happens is we take pieces of the puzzle of stuff that we get on the internet, but we really don't know how to do it for that particular person. So that's one of the things I offer with regard to, working with me, is to go step by step with you on that. But let's kind of dig into a couple of ways that we can really start accomplishing. And actually, when I thought about this too, guys, is that fatigue, you don't even have to have, quote unquote, a condition, an autoimmune condition, to have fatigue. you know, with all the things I mentioned, you're probably tired already. So this can go for anyone. So feel free to share with your friends. Okay. So let's talk about it. The first thing is hydration. I feel a lot of people don't really take that seriously, because our body is made up probably 60-70% of water, and we take it for granted. And what happens is that the water is like a fountain of health in our body. A fountain of health. Just look at it that way. Most of us, like I said, don't drink enough water. Experts are sharing with us to drink probably half of your body weight in ounces. So if you're 180 pounds, that would be 90. If you're 200 pounds, that would be 100 ounces of water, which sounds like a lot of water. And you're probably saying, Dag, I'm always going to be in the bathroom. So what? The whole thing with water is it's really good for us. That actually helps your skin, your teeth, your eyes. It's so many reasons why we should be drinking water. But hey, if you have to start with 64 ounces, which are 8 glasses of 8 ounces, then start with that. Start with something. And you can include tea, coffee, juices, and protein shakes. But if you don't know, tea and coffee, fruit juices often contain caffeine and sugar. So you really want the decaffeinated one, even though I know you need to get up in the morning, right? So you really want the decaffeinated go. So stick to water as close as possible. Seltzer is awesome if you have to. A natural vegetable juice. And when I'm saying natural vegetable juice, it's like taking a cucumber because it has a lot of water and put it in your juicer, or watermelon has a lot of water. Watermelon has 92%. I'm sure I've said this to you guys already. Has a lot of water in it. So find vegetables and fruits that have a lot of water that can get into your body to help hydrate it. Because even when you're walking or going around, especially if you live in an area, because I know I have people all over the world, even if you live in an area that's hot, you naturally are drinking water. But if you live in an area that's very, very cold, most likely you're not, and you're becoming dehydrated. Dehydrated can cause a lot of different ailments in our bodies, and we don't want that to happen. So just take your water bottles, your plastic water bottles, if that's what you're using, or something like this. I like this little glass container, and start drinking it down and start marking it down. How many times, excuse me, how many times in a day that you're drinking your water? Keep some kind of count so you know where you're at. You know what I'm saying? So put in the chat, I will drink water today. I will drink water today. And put how many ounces. When we start being intentional about what we're doing, the better off we are. So put in the chat that thing. So good to see you guys right now. And the next thing is eating. This is a big part. A big, big part. I can do like hours on eating, which some of the videos I'm sure you have checked out. But eating regimen, I don't like to say diet because it's like you're dying in it, and I want you just to live it. So this is a powerful area of our body because naturally our body needs some kind of requirement for food, right? And I'm going to definitely, when I get a chance, log another video for you guys to check out one of the routines I do with regard to that. But it's a powerful area, and everywhere you go, there's some kind of event that has food. Let's be honest. It could be a wedding, it could be a baby shower, it could be nice girls hanging out, you could be at a retreat, you could be at a business meeting. Some kind of way we got food. And thanks, Coach Stacy. She says she will drink water today. And let me know how many ounces you intend to drink. You know, and the whole thing with this is that food works. What what foods work with chronic fatigue, um, which is affecting your body? What foods really work? Let's think about that. There's a whole bunch, so I'm going to kind of like give you categories because we'll be here longer than a half an hour just talking about this. So you want to start with some fruits and vegetables. Some fruits and vegetables I already told you because they have hydration in it. So if you missed that, you can put that in the chat. Okay. Unprocessed foods. So we're really looking for more whole foods, the ones that kind of grow in a garden, right? So we're looking more for like complex carbs. That's like a sweet potato. That's a complex carb, just to kind of give you a point of reference. Beans are good, some nuts and seeds. There's so many different things that, once you start actually looking into it, that's going to give you some boosted energy. I love ginger. Salmon has great properties in it. Even some supplements, guys, because a lot of times the foods we eat aren't as, how can you say, as natural and good as they were 10, even 20 years ago. They have a lot of pesticides. So we want to add some supplements because we know we're probably not eating the correct balance of nutrition in our bodies. I love vitamin B6 in my body. I love B12s. Vitamin D is a good source, especially for people who have melanin skin like myself. African American Black people, we definitely need some vitamin D, okay? And I could do a whole thing on that. So, um, also eating smaller portions with less salt. And less salt means sodium when you're reading on the back of the label of a particular food, okay? Having less salt, that brings down the blood pressure in your body too. So, these are some things we can do automatically to boost our energy and not have it drained down. Okay. And once you change what you're eating on a regular basis, guess what? Your body's going to rejoice and it's going to be blessings of added energy to your body. I mean, you can test me on this because I just put in the chat somewhere. If you look at the top, a free guide to help you on this. It's called Eat for Lupus Relief. Okay, it's like 10 quick swaps out you could do immediately and start feeling so much better about your body. So, and if you missed the link, just reach out to me in DM and I'll definitely have it sent to you. So, the last thing I want to talk about, which is a big area I feel a lot of women don't tend to do, and you probably wouldn't believe this, but it's very, very true, including myself. I'm not uh, perfect, and I need to do more of this myself. So it's called rest. And rest for me means relaxing every single time. Okay? Rest. Can I say that again? Can y'all put that in the chat for me? Rest. Relaxing every single time. Okay? That's 4 letters of a word that escapes so many women because we're doing all the things and we feel so compelled to do all these things and not take time to kind of slow down our bodies. Okay. Now, this word will help your body move from fatigue to energy because, rest can include quiet time. I mean, actually not doing anything where it's totally quiet in the area that you're at this time. It could be your prayer time. It could be having a hot bubble bath. It could be walking in nature, like in a park or a beach or in your neighborhood. It's getting rid of the distractions. Rest is really getting rid of the distractions. Think about the distractions we have in 2025. There's social media, you're scrolling or you're promoting or you're talking to a friend on social media. There's the emails, there's your iPhones or Samsungs where you're texting people and people are responding to you even when you know you're doing other things, which is called multitasking. And multitasking is really not rest either. Okay, I want you to know that word multitasking is really not doing what we need to do in terms of resting. Okay, there's your kids pulling on you, tugging you, mommy, mommy, mommy. They may be crying about something. There's the husband asking you to do something in reference to, you got to get done in the house. There's the overcommitment to other people or activities. And we're all guilty of that. Like you want to help so and so in the church. You want to make sure you go get the grocery at this time. You want to help your mother get this done. We are all doing this. We're overcommitting ourselves, regardless if you have this condition called lupus or not. We are overcommitting ourselves, and it's causing our bodies to react instead of respond. It's causing our bodies to get fatigued, and for some of us, it's chronic fatigue, especially when you're dealing with a condition called lupus. So, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I'm trying to look at my notes. Okay, so you know what I mean with all the things I just said, but overcommitting. We all understand that. But believe me, you still can do all the things. Maybe not at all one time. Maybe once a minute or once every 30 minutes or whatever the situation is for yourself. Your body isn't, how can I say this? Your body isn't ready for this right yet, doing all the things, especially when you have a medical condition, especially if a person right now is what we call a flare up stage. Your body is taking a blowing, okay? The systems are really at the height of it right now. The fatigue is challenging, my friend. Okay, so together we can take the simple steps to understand that we have what? One body temple. We all can agree with that. Put yes in the chat. Treat your body, whether it's a him or her on this live, on a replay, with excellence, because that's what God wants you to do. And I want you to think about it this way, because sometimes we need analogies to really understand what's going on. You have a car, you drive, and you want to get out of the car. You want to get into your car to drive to work, to drive to stores, drive your kids to school. But you get in the car and you realize, the gas says I'm on E. E stands for empty. It also can stand for energy, but right at this thing, I'm talking about E is for empty. So what are you going to do? How do you move your car if you have no gas? Right? That's the same thing with us. We need the food, we need the hydration, we need the rest, we need sleep, we need some quiet time, we need some supplements. We need all of these things to help us boost our energy up. So just like a car, you need to get to the gas station. You might be pushing it. get to the gas station so that you can get some gasoline. That is your fuel to boost your car up. So you can start the car and go fast 60 seconds to the minute to get that car down the road. And those are cars like the Mercedes, the BMWs and the Porsches. Okay. But either way, we got to take this seriously. I'm telling you, we have to take this seriously. I was just reading, and I'm in a Bible study with the ladies at my church, reading a book by Priscilla Shirer. If you don't know, she's a mom, she's a speaker, she's a Bible scholar. She's been, doing this for quite some time. I'm sure at least 20 years. But her book called Breathe, she talks about rest, and she talks about resting is a requirement because God made the world in 6 days, and on the seventh day He rests, which is called Sabbath. And the four words that she talked about, which I pray for someone today that's watching this or seeing it on the replay, take this word with you today. Find time to do this. The four words is tranquility, repose, peace, and serenity. Aren't those beautiful words? They all kind of mean the same thing: being calm, having peace, soothing. And are we doing any of those four words? Probably not. So find some time this week to rest, or find several times this week to rest, whether it's 5 minutes, an hour. Find that time to let it sink in, that quiet time to rest. And I want to know, how are you really treating yourself out of these three things? And there's more. How would you score yourself? I want to leave with you with that. How would you score yourself on hydration? How would you score yourself with eating the proper foods to energize your body? How do you score yourself with regard to rest? If you had to do it on a scale of 1 to 10, and 1 being not well at all, and 10 being, wow, I'm really doing something here, Coach T. I'm really hitting all the cylinders so that my body can feel feel better. So following these three simple steps to get you energetically uh, where you need to go, your family would your family would prayerfully understand what you say with regard to, I need the time for myself, and they would love you for the fact that you're taking time for yourself. There are things called boundaries. Set some boundaries today for yourself with regard to these three things. And I would say subscribe to my channel, and of course I will be back again next Tuesday, God willing, right? So look forward to seeing you guys again. You need the free guide, let me know. It's called Eat for Lupus Relief. And I will see you again. Thanks for being with me today. And I love you all. Bye bye now.